watching OTT TV Scripture Reality.
Fire and Fury, the story of the 2023 Maui fires and its implications for climate change. And this was published 4 days ago, supposedly 8/11.
Documents obtained by H&N Investigates, and D.E.W was in Waikiki at the Alohalani Resort, attending what was scheduled to be a 3-day FEMA disaster preparedness seminar called the Pacific Partnership Meeting. A receipt from the hotel shows D.E.W checked in last Monday, a day before the fire started. That same receipt lists a departure date of Wednesday, August 9th, the morning after flames reduced the Chinatown to ash. According to Tuesday's agenda, the day wrapped up with a networking reception at the hotel's Longboard Club from 5 to 7 that evening. The same time, people were running for their lives, trying to escape flames that engulfed the town.
Do you regret not sounding the sirens?
I do not.
Really, my motto is always like, let water connect us and not divide us. Like we can share it, but it requires true conversations about equity.
I said, what are you doing? He goes, well, I'm under orders to keep them here. And I said, the fire is right around Safeway. It's going to hit Front Street. You know, these people got to get out of here. And he said, I'm following orders.
No way.
And so I just kept walking. And well, maybe he knows something I don't.
No comment?
You can look up what photo.
No comment right now, guys.
No comment?
Yeah.
I'm not talking to the chief, sir.
Yeah. I understand.
Why doesn't he want to speak to the people? Only to a camera.
I've just been informed that we are shutting down this placard distribution as of now.
Okay, I don't really know how to start this, but I just wanted to spread the message to people on mainland about what's really going on here, because the media isn't doing us any good at all. We're not okay. We're not okay. We are emotionally damaged. A lot of people are physically injured. A lot of people have lost their family members. Only 25% of the burn zone has been searched, and there's already been 110 deaths. And it hasn't been the high impact burn zone. Like, we're fucked. There's over 1,300 people without a roof over their head right now, me included. I'm lucky enough to have friends, but all of us are fucked. They're putting us in 30-day like hotel stays in order to find everybody houses, but in a place where it's hard enough to find housing and hard enough to find jobs as it is, now that there's more people looking for jobs and there is less houses available on the island, everybody's fucked. And the thing for me is that there is this grand sense of community here, like nothing like I've ever seen before. The gay pride marches and Black Lives Matter protests, like I have never seen so many people come together and give up their own beds for people that just lost their house but that's the problem. It's that nobody else is doing anything. Nobody is helping. It's all Kanaka, like people that live are the only ones that are helping at all. And that doesn't go to say that all of the people on mainland are doing anything wrong. It's not your fault, but the government helping it all. And nobody seems to have any idea what's going on over here. This is the biggest natural disaster. It's caused the most deaths in U.S. history. Like, isn't there more fucking going on?
This Lahaina shit is insane. I have a friend who lost his home. He lost everything, but this isn't for him. This is somebody else by him. They didn't lose their home, but they're about to because the mayor is evicting the entire fucking building. Some of the only people that still had homes, and they're evicting them. They have 45 days. Pause to read why. This is from the fucking mayor.
government of Hawaii states their goal is to rebuild and make the entire island of Maui the first smart island. They want the entire island governed by AI, is outlined in the Hawaii Digital Government Summit of 2023 that they plan to host next month on September 25th, 2023 on Maui. Wow. Now they're going to come to the rescue for this horrible problem. And last January in 2023, there was a Smart City Conference in Maui to turn Maui, again, into the Smart City Island, pushing everything electric, making 15-minute smart cities. And there was also a contract last year to build a high-rise condo complex and businesses in Lahaina, which was a historic town that couldn't have any new development in this area. But now it's demolished. So now I guess they have to rebuild, right? We spent the morning trying to find places to volunteer to help. We feel helpless. There's so much going on. There's people who need assistance. We went to the War Memorial Shelter, which we learned has been taken over by FEMA. They've taken a whole bunch of supplies. People do not know where they're going. They don't trust that they're actually going to be delivered to people in need. In past FEMA situations, after disasters, they found containers full of supplies that were never given to the people. And if you go to the War Memorial, people are being told to go there if you need assistance. They are turning everyone away, saying that it's not a distribution center. It's a shelter, and unless you're checked into this shelter, you will receive nothing. And I will say, for donations on the island, please be considerate of your fellow humans, because there's a lot of moms that need diapers and wipes and formula, and everything has been purchased and given as donations, and now it is being hoarded by Red Cross and FEMA, not being distributed to those who actually need them.
Oh my God. This is Front Street.
Some hot water, right? I would love to. Now we're being, so not only do we not have power, not only do we not have internet, not only do we not have a way of communicating, I've just been told the water is now contaminated with some kind of chemicals from the thing. I mean, I don't know anything other than what people tell me, but that's what I've been told, is that, like, we can't use our water now. And so I would love to be somewhere else. I don't even particularly want to be here, and I'm losing money by being here. And, you know, the real situation is they are telling us basically that if we leave our house, we can't come back. We don't. So they're deciding what water we drink, what food we eat, where we go, who we talk to, and I can't get out and do my normal job, and I'm getting all this pushback. And, you know, I have nothing to gain from any of this and plenty to lose. The only reason that I'm continuing to do this is because I think it's important that somebody gets the real story out to the masses, that you guys actually understand what's going on. Because I made the mistake during the Florida thing. I made the mistake of selling one clip. I sold one clip, made about $1,000, sold it to a major media outlet, and then they edited it. They put their own spin on it. What they said had fucking nothing to do with what was actually going on. And so I said, the hell with that. I'm not doing that again. I'm going to do this for free. I'm going to just show what's going on, and I won't be. I've had dozens of major media outlets contact me since I started covering West Maui, wanting my clips, and I've sold it to none of them. So I'm losing money. So anybody in the comments who says that I'm doing this for personal gain and that, all this other bullshit, they don't know what they're talking about. And I don't know who controls these platforms, but subscribe to my YouTube. I can't even get on there right now, but I just want to have at least, TikTok and YouTube at least are different. So maybe if they're between the two of them, at some point, I'm going to tell the full story of everything I know that happened here in West Maui and everything I know back in Florida. And there's still things that I am learning in West Maui, but the situation back in Florida is pretty crazy, and I stopped telling it for a reason. I was silenced, and like I said, I have a lot to lose, nothing to gain, so I just decided to stop doing it. But now I'm getting pissed off, and I've decided that the people need to know what's actually going on. There needs to be real news, real information, and whatever the personal cost to me, so be it.
Lasers sound like the stuff of science fiction, right? Sound completely unbelievable. How could our military possibly be using those in future warfare? Guess what? We've just had a recent breakthrough, more great test results that are making lasers a reality. So it's called Athena. Lockheed Martin makes it, and they've been doing a lot of the pioneering in this laser field. Now, what's really exciting about it is that it's so hard to harness that much power and make it compact enough that it's actually going to make practical sense downrange. And they've proven that they can do that. Recently, they tested it against 5 moving drones, so realistic drones that they might go up against with, enemy forces might send against us, for example, or terrorists might send against us. And it successfully shot down all 5 of the drones. This is huge news because it means that in a realistic, practical setting, it's looking very promising. So it could be ready to field quite soon. So when you see the movies or you look at comic books or television shows, when you see laser weapons, they tend to be a color, right? Red or green or something like that. Real lasers, one of the key advantages that they provide is that they are invisible. You actually can't see them. You just see this damage suddenly starting to blow something up. So if we take a look now at what the Athena did to a truck. So we're looking at a truck engine, and the Athena within seconds was able to beam right in there, heat the whole thing up, and burn through the engine of this vehicle. So if you can imagine if you were in that vehicle, all of a sudden, this hole would start appearing in your engine and the whole thing would just disappear. That's what these lasers do. Now, there's some other key advantages that we should mention. Let me give you 3 of them. 1, unlimited ammo. As long as we have power, we have an unlimited magazine. Downrange, of course, having unlimited ammo can be a huge advantage. Second, it's silent. We don't give the enemy any advance warning that it's coming. And then the third one I wanted to touch on is that it travels at the speed of light. So not only are we delivering powerful, decisive effects, lethality, we're also doing it so rapidly they don't know what hit them. So if you can circle back to that example of being in the car again, that would happen so instantaneously, within seconds, you truly would have no idea what was happening. It would just suddenly start disintegrating, right? So what can we use these against? So we talked about the vehicle a bit. We talked about how Athena has just proven itself against drones. But in the real world application, our forces could use it against the drones. We could use it against aircraft. We could use it against vehicles on the ground, like we mentioned. We could also use it against fast attack boats. And in fact, Athena's sibling, Adam, a couple years ago proved that it could eliminate these fast attack boats. So if you imagine boats start trying to swarm one of our ships, not a problem for this laser. Burns right through the hull. As you can see right there, it's burning right through the hull. I'm incredibly excited about this news, this great news about the successful testing of Athena, because it means that we'll be putting these powerful weapons soon. We could put them in the hands of our warfighters and give them even more powerful weaponry to keep themselves safe and also to deliver the effects that we need. They can be used, laser weapons can be used offensively and of course defensively too, to help protect our homeland. Think of our airports that might be under threat from enemy drones. They could be used to protect we could use them statically and used to protect our airports. They could be used to protect our power grid, our nuclear plants. So there's lots of different exciting applications for this technology. There's no longer science fiction, but science fact.
With the capability to be able to neutralize a threat at the speed of a lightning strike, the precision of a surgical scalpel, with the magazine to deal with a swarm, and with the scalable effect to be able to address that threat, providing an effect all the way the one end from simply deterring it for a short period of time, all the way up to completely neutralizing and defeating that threat.
We were able to integrate our laser weapon system, Athena, into the classified C2 network and receive cues from the radar on the range in order to execute the full kill chain.
Weapon systems turning up the heat with speed of light response. Lockheed Martin has specialized in laser weapon system development for 40 years, with advancements in areas such as precision pointing and control, line of sight stabilization and adaptive optics, essential functions in harnessing and directing the power of a laser beam, and in compact, robust, spectrally beam combined fiber laser devices that provide unmatched performance. Lockheed Martin is advancing and demonstrating a range of laser weapon system technologies: ATOM, area defense anti-munitions, autonomous operations for rocket threats, accepts external sensor cue when required, capable of continuous operation, successfully engaged constrained and free-flying rockets, and unmanned aircraft systems (UAS), target in flight, and a small boat, affordable commercial off-the-shelf COTS base system with very low cost per kill, deep magazine, scalable precision effects, capable of close-in defense 1-4 kilometers. Aladdin, Accelerated Laser Demonstration Initiative, 30 kilowatt laser made by combining many fiber lasers into a single, near-perfect quality beam of light, uses approximately 50% less electricity than alternative solid-state laser technologies. Spectral beam combining sends beams from multiple fiber laser modules, each with a unique wavelength, into a combiner that forms a single, powerful, high-quality beam. Athena, Advanced Test High Energy Asset, represents highest power level documented by a laser weapon system of this type, while retaining excellent beam quality and electrical efficiency. First field testing of an integrated 30 kilowatt single-mode fiber laser weapon system prototype uses the proven high-energy laser weapon system architecture from our ATOM system, and incorporates the 30 kilowatt Aladdin laser.
what we saw today driving down Pleasant Valley Road in Vacaville. This fire's unforgiving path jumped from property to property, skipping some along the way, but leaving behind a devastating trail of damage on the homes it did get to. Melting garages, cars, barns, busting out windows, rooftops, and walls. We spoke with one homeowner who lost everything in the middle of the night, including his home, his brand new $200,000 boat, and 71 years worth of memorabilia.
Take a look over here. You can see multiple boats under the water. If you go over there, Tyler, I can see 1, 2, 3, 4, possibly more boats burned, sunk to the bottom of the water. And also we can see that entire slip over there, those boat slips sunk in the water. Just beyond this slip over here, there is the personal boat slips, the private ones where people rent those out for their personal boats. There is a portion of that is the roof is caved in over in that area. Now, Lake Berryessa is also a popular area for houseboats. A lot of people have their houseboats on here, and just by chance, we actually ran into 2 people who were stuck on their houseboats when the fires came in, and man, did they have a story to tell.
This is all that's left of Karen Hansen's home in Northern California. She and her family only had 2 minutes to evacuate their small farm before flames obliterated it.
I've never seen anything like it. The whole sky was red and orange.
For now, it's unpredictable nature versus an understaffed firefighting force. Authorities have warned that much of what will happen next depends on weather conditions. As the heat wave continues across California, many more properties are likely to succumb to the flames.
It's not. It's about moving populations into city centers, concentrated city centers, and clearing them out of the rural areas. That landmass is huge, and about 75% of the population lives in large cities. The goal is to move everyone out of the rural areas and into the large cities, and to destroy representative government, and to move it into to government by unelected boards and commissions. Now, here in the EU, of course, you've already moved to that position, where it's an erasure of jurisdictional boundaries, an erasure of national boundaries. And that is the goal, because, as Zbigniew Brzezinski said in 1995, you can't just impose globalization pell-mell as a total movement. You have to do it incrementally, and the way to do that is through regionalization. And in Denmark, for instance, every nation that signed on to Agenda 21 has its local Agenda 21 plan. People in the United States are completely unaware of this. If I go out and talk about this, the United States press attacks me and calls me a conspiracy theorist, which is totally ridiculous. It is a conspiracy, but it's not a theory. It's a fact.
Everybody does it like OTT TV. The only limit to a human future is in our own imaginations.